like, obviously me and Sabrina seen each other this past weekend, but it's like we haven't seen any of you guys in like a minute. You know what I mean? Like, it's been a little bit.
How long it's been? Yeah, it has been a little bit because I think we were
Weeks.
trying not to have a lot of shows for the week of our UCW show. So
Yeah.
now's our first day back after the UCW show, and I just want to like also say thank you to whoever came and like supported us. Like we are very hard critics on ourselves, so we're over here like
Mhm.
we could have done better. Whereas like we've gotten a lot of positive feedback, so all we can ask is for the positive feedback.
No, definitely. I think a lot of people came out and showed us support like that we weren't expecting. We were expecting like a very small crowd. We were like
Mm-hmm.
crowd like it's a beginning show. Like they're working their way up. It was comforting. And like the amount of people that came and like the wrestlers, the fans, they were like, "You're doing such a great job." And I was like, the day of Sabrina, we were bad. We were like, "Oh my god, we're gonna die," but we did great.
We were like Harley didn't eat. I was just pacing at this point. Like I kept like going over my lines. Like I said to Harley, like Harley, okay, look at me, cool. Like let's try to remember our lines because like even though we rehearsed, we still like forgot a few lines, but I mean it ended up working out in the end.
Because like the wrestlers, like they helped us in a way, like get through it. Like they would know that, oh shit, she just like messed up. But then they're like, okay, I got this. And
I
then
think what helped us was our good friends, the closer, Joey Martinez and Ruda, were the first ones to be like, girls, you guys did great after you came out of the curtain.
honestly,
So I just want to, say thank you to UCW for giving us that chance. Like that was an amazing chance for us to have and like amazing opportunity. And we hope to do it again for sure.
yeah, like if they want us back, I mean, chances are they're gonna want us back. I
My
think
DMs are open, UCW.
we're open. No, I think the only thing like that we need to work, I think, a little bit more on is like because we're tiny girls. We gotta like bring the voice out more. You know what I mean?
I mean, the video that you took on my phone of me and Massey, I could hear myself better, but I think it's because it was later on in the show.
Yeah,
Whereas, like in the beginning of the show,
we were like,
you and I were very nervous, very timid. So it's like obviously it's going to be a learning process, just like this podcast was for us.
no, we get through it episode like for this, it was episode by episode, and now it's show by show, which I'm really hoping. Like I know the chances are there won't be, but I really hope there's a PPW show because man, do I miss like UCW was great. But I miss, like, my family, you know what I mean?
I
Like
miss being a fan for a change. And it's like
yeah,
that's so weird to say. Like I love being behind the scenes. Behind the scenes was
mhm,
amazing. But like it was so weird because like I didn't focus on like the matches and watching the matches.
yeah,
I was more focused on okay, this is when I have to go out. This is when I have to do
mhm.
this.
So, like, we seen
So
only, like, little parts of it, so but my mom and my dad, they were very, very kind to us and got us a custom-made cake, but Sabrina don't eat cake, so I'm doing both the eating for me and her. But if you haven't seen, like, what that looks like, go and check our Instagram page because we also got pictures with Gavin. Gavin did an amazing job, so
yes.
go and check it out. But
He did an amazing job singing. We're just waiting for our guest to come on, guys. He just saw the link, so he'll be on in
we'll
a second.
yeah, we'll just keep wrapping it up a little bit. But I think the show was definitely it was fun. It's a learning process, but I think this new year is gonna be our year to go to more shows. I know Uncle Massey was on my behind. He was like, "Yo, you're the girl that doesn't come to my shows." I'm like, "Listen, I'm trying." He was like, "You better come to one this year." And then he gave me a hug. I was like,
Uncle Massey is one of those people that like I at first, 'cause like I tell people all the time, Alpha was one of the people that like, I was scared of. Okay, but like Massey is like a big guy too, so like I was like, oh god, but he's like the nicest person, and he was giving us pep talks as well. Like he's just great. But
"You
our
wouldn't."
guest is here, guys. Here is Miami Mike. Come on in.
I had no clue how to. I thought you guys had to add me, so I was waiting for you guys. I was just staring into the camera for like 5 minutes, like what the hell?
I know. I saw that you saw the message. I was like, okay, he'll join in eventually.
You were like, yeah, it's on YouTube. I was like, do I gotta sign on to YouTube? I had no clue what I was doing.
Well, first off, congratulations, because now you are a title winner.
Yes, I am. Yep.
So, congratulations. But we usually start our yeah, give yourself a pat on the back. We usually start our podcast off with like who or what got you into wrestling.
Okay. So For me personally, I've always been a fan since I was younger. I think I started watching when I was like 5 years old. I have an older brother who's 9 years older than me. So he kind of grew up in like the Attitude Era. So I remember I was 5 years old watching The Rock and Stone Cold kind of throw hands. And I just copied everything my big brother did. So me and him would wrestle, and we'd watch SmackDown and Raw. And I think I was 18. I was in high school when I made up my mind. I was like, I can do this. I can be a pro wrestler. I love acting. I love sports. I love physicality and aggression. So I kind of made up my mind after I stopped watching wrestling for like 5 to 6 years. And then I was like, you know what? I could be a hell of a wrestler one day, and I want to do this. So that's kind of how I decided for me.
Yeah, definitely.
It's all about putting your mind to what you really want to do in life. So I mean, hey.
Yep.
So you said about your brother, you guys would wrestle back and forth. Like, does he wrestle as well, or are you like the one that got into wrestling?
My brother is like the complete opposite of me. I mean, he's got a wife and 2 kids. He's got a nice big house. He's got a steady job. He's got the most normal, boring life ever. I love him. Like, I love his family. My nephew's my godson, his son. But yeah, he used to beat my ass when I was a kid. Like, he would never let me win. But I'd be giving him hurricanranas and DDTs, and he'd be throwing me around. But yeah, he's not a wrestler, but yeah.
So it's like you won the way out of that one.
Yeah, for sure.
Technically, he won in the long run because now you're a title winner. So who really won in that scenario?
He toughened me up. He definitely toughened me up for sure.
Exactly. Yeah. I know I've never I've seen you probably wrestle at PPW, but I've never been into it. You I don't mean that in a bad way. I just never fully paid attention. You know what I mean?
I'm definitely not a roster guy. I'm usually
yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
I'm just jerking the curtain in the back. I'm just trying to get on the show. I would just show up with a few friends of mine, and I would just bother the promoter until he let me on. So I think coming up in February, me and Vinny Talata are gonna come down, and we're gonna try to get on the show. So we'll see. Do some tag team action.
We'll see, man. That'd be great. It's funny because when I mentioned you to Harley, she was like, have I seen him at PPW? I was like, I know I've seen him at PPW, and every show I've been to, she has been to. I just remember just your charisma coming out to the ring. I think that's what really caught my eye with you. Is because you come out as a, how do I want to say this nicely? A frat boy.
In other words, can I know where you're going with that.
I remember you came out in some matching attire, and I was like, "What is this guy wearing? What is happening?" It's a good look. It's just at first I was like, "What is he, a frat boy that doesn't know what he's doing?" But hey, that's how you get the crowd's attention, right?
Yep.
You have to get it somehow. So who trained you, first of all?
I got trained at MCW, Maryland Championship Wrestling. I trained with RJ Meyer, the Bruiser. I trained with Joey Mercury for a little bit. I've trained with Brian Johnson, the Mecca, and a few others as well. But those are the 3 main ones from Maryland I've trained with.
We love the Mecca, don't we, Harley?
Oh, dude. He's a stud.
It's not even okay. For me, I know it's not Mecca that we like. It's okay. We're gonna I wasn't gonna say it, but okay. It's Ruda, his manager. Cause it's just it's a heel thing. It's if you come out with a manager, a badass manager, you're gonna be one of my favorites.
His manager's a badass?
His manager is a badass.
Is he?
Yeah.
Well, how so? I think I've seen him. I don't know him though.
Yeah, he's bald, he's short. Sorry, Ruda, if you're watching. We're just rapping. But yeah, no, he's kind of a small version of Mr. Clean.
Okay. Interesting.
Harley, do not give me that look, because everyone was gonna say it anyways.
Damn, you're flaming this guy right now.
Oh, of course. We flame a lot of wrestlers on this podcast.
Bet, let's do it.
Ruda sucks. I have never seen Ruda physically wrestle, so to say he sucks.
Yes, you have. Yes, you have.
For 2 seconds. Then he got pinned.
Exactly. What does that say about him? That he's not a good wrestler.
That he sucks. But no, so like you trained a bunch of different places. Do you see like differences in the way that they train, like slow, fast kind of thing?
For sure, yeah. So I also train in Jersey at CZW, and I would say that style really helped me break out as a pro wrestler and helped me kind of open my mind to different possibilities. I started being more realistic and more, I guess, cutting edge, like in the ring, instead of being hokey. I think a lot of wrestling is like corny as hell. I like to go out there and try to have a good time, and I like to enjoy myself. If the crowd don't like it, that's fine by me. I'm not even worried about them. I'm going to do me, and I'm going to have a good time doing it. And because I do that in turn, people are naturally entertained by it, whether they like me or not. Now, obviously, I either want to get them, I want to get them all to party with me. I want them to like me. But if not, like, I love to hate even more. Like, I like when people boo me. I like when people talk shit. That kind of motivates me and gets me going.
Wow. I think you need to make your way back to PPW because me and Sabrina got a mouth on us at PPW, like in a good way. Like you'll definitely hear us in the crowd.
I've seen Sabrina. She'll be front row. She'll be mouth a little bit. I've heard.
We've changed our seats. We are more bleacher girls now, where we can make like we like to make noises. We like to make random noises too. Well, okay, yeah, we. That's just something that we do. So yeah, I'm not first row anymore, so you're definitely gonna have to come to PPW and check us out.
Yeah.
But I've seen you at CCW too when you guys were in Philly.
Oh, were you at the outdoor show?
Yeah, that hot show.
That was crazy. We were at the beer garden right before our match. We had to like get drinks for a spot in the match, and then like our music is like pretty much playing, and we're like running to the stage to get in the ring, and like, oh my god, that show was wild. That was cool though. We had a good crowd for that.
Oh yeah, like that's like I'm saying, it's different seeing PPW's crowd and seeing like UCW like we saw on Sunday, Harley, and then seeing like CZW and like all these different crowds. It's like you never know what you're expecting going to a different wrestling show for sure. Like when I was going there, I was like, okay, I don't know anybody. I saw a few people rooting for you. So I was like, okay, let me just like get near those people because I do know him. So I was like, it's all about feeling out the crowd and seeing who you can really vibe with. And that's why I vibed with this one over here. Sorry, I don't know where I'm supposed to be pointing today.
So you guys are shows together?
We met at PPW. She was the crazy poster girl next to me. And I was with my dad at the time. And I said to her, I approached her one day and I was like, hey, I want to start a podcast. I'm not going to do it by myself. So please come with me. And she was like, absolutely. And we've only been doing this since October. So we're just going down the list of PPW guys right now.
That's so far.
What's up?
Who have you interviewed so far on the show?
Oh God. Rembrandt. We so many people. Kakoa. Like it's just
Kakoa.
Kakoa. Who else? Luca Brasi from South Philly's Finest.
Okay.
Mr. Buddha. I mean, Mr. Clean.
Mr. Clean. We've been a Cosmic from Rembrandt Cosmic. It's just it's a lot. It's a lot of people. If I wish we had all day, but we're trying to get a lot more people. Like I think just because I'm digging more into the PPW, like who's been in matches and just kind of messaging people. Like that's how I got to message you, and I messaged Vinny. But it's hard to get dates.
We should have together. That would have been perfect. That would have been your best show. Me and him together. Oh my god.
You guys together, just wrestling in general, are a bunch of crazy, crazy people. I'm like, yo, this is where the party's at right there.
Post game, yep.
I don't know where Harley went. But at PPW, what has been like you've only been to a few PPW shows. Mm-hmm. So what has been some of your favorite moments at PPW?
I love PPW. I like the crowd. It's usually a pretty good sized crowd. I did a seminar there once. I remember I remember Rich Swann versus Action Andretti. And, I remember the first like 5 to 10 minutes of the match, like they didn't even touch, like they didn't even lock up. They were just circling the ring, pandering the crowd, and people were losing their shit. And I'm just like, I'm in the back watching this, like, you gotta be freaking kidding me. This is insane.
I know that exact match because I was there going, are they going to wrestle or are we just gonna like?
They had to been. Can I cuss on here? I don't know.
Yeah, it's fine.
They had to been like screwing around or something. Like it was a rib. There's no way. Like there's no way because they didn't plan that. They were just feeling it out. But they just kept going and going. And it was like people kept clapping. People kept going with it. I'm like, this is nuts. Like it was at least 5 minutes, if not 10, where they didn't even touch. It was wild.
Yeah, that match was crazy. I was sitting there going, okay, because like the crowd was just loving it. So I was like, okay, so we're just gonna keep going. Like we could just do this for like another 15 minutes.
I was laughing my ass off. Yeah, that's the one thing I remember from. That might have been the last show I was at. Yeah.
Wasn't the last show when you were in that like really big tag team? Not tag team. Like that Rumble.
I was in some kind of Rumble. Yeah, I don't remember. I know I did a tag match with Vinny. I think that was actually me and Vinny's first tag match, and it was against Philly's Finest. And I remember Philly's Finest was at like the merch table, like hours before the show, or like right before the show. And then we were like match 2, and they came backstage and was like, all right, let's do this shit on the fly. So
wow,
that was me and Vinny's like first ever tag, and it went okay. But I think after that was the Rumble. Yeah.
Harley, would you like to ask a question to our guest? Sorry, I've just been talking a lot.
No, it's fine. Yeah, I personally don't know, but do you prefer to be a heel or a face?
You know, it's crazy because I'm at a weird spot right now at MCW in Maryland. I'm like a really big, I'm like, I don't mean to be arrogant, but I feel like at this point, like I'm a guy there. Like I'm one of the top guys, top 3. And I work as a heel and I'm a total dickhead. And I got this manager named Hellfire McGuire, wears a bright pink suit, got these bright light blue shoes. And that's like my agent. And he helps me cheat in every single match. And that's my boy. He gets me booked on the shows, sets up the after party, the venue. I'm a dickhead. But there's people in the crowd that love me. And I know there's people that hate me, but they're quiet. But all the people that like me at MCW, they're loud and rowdy. They're probably drunk. And so I'm at a weird spot right now at MCW where I'm like, I'm a heel. I'm working like a bad guy, but I'm getting cheered. So I'm, we'll see if I can flip everybody. I'm about to have a good match in a couple weeks there. So we'll see what happens.
That's what happens like at PPW though, Harley, because of Rembrandt. Everyone like it depends. Like you could be a heel and people will be like, yes, we love you still. We don't care if you're a dick to the crowd.
Yeah.
But then like you could, I don't know, it's a weird scenario right now. Like in wrestling, like people could love you, but people could hate you at the same time. Like, you could be a face and people would be like, I hate you. Like
I think that's hilarious. I love that. I like when there's faces trying to get over with the crowd and be nice and the crowd shits on them. But that's rare. That's if you're in like Philly. If you're in like Maryland, like the crowd will support you and they'll be nice and they'll like go along with it. But I like flipping the script a little bit.
Oh no, I definitely know a baby face that is they'll never take. Oh, I don't like.
Oh no.
Who?
I bring it up every episode, but his name is Johnny Moran, and I can't stand that man. He's a face, but I hate him. I hate him.
Man.
I knew that was going to happen at some point in this podcast.
You had to get that out. Yeah, you're just holding that in.
Oh, it's like we complain about 2 wrestlers every podcast. Johnny Moran for her and Tim Theory for me. Like that is
Tim Theory's not even that bad.
Okay, just don't ask me for a hug in the middle of a match with your hair in front of your face. Like that's all I'm asking. Don't be a creep.
Yeah, we got a lot of like people in the chat. We got my dad saying Ruda and Sabrina suck.
Yeah.
Then we have
Proud.
Saying Mike is amazing talent.
Damn right I am.
And then saying definitely one of the best at MCW.
One of?
One of.
That's wild.
Wow.
Damn, I'm the best. I'm the best champ of the show.
I will say your promos are pretty cool. Like when you post promos and stuff, I'm watching them going, dang, he's really good at what he does. Like
Appreciate it.
he is. Oh, she responded. She said he is the best.
There you go.
She learned quick.
Quick.
So if you had to choose between AEW and WWE, if they both called at the same time and said we want to sign you, where would you go?
WWE, easy. Not even a question. AEW's cool, but like, come on now. It's not. WWE is where you want to be at the end of the day. I mean, I wouldn't turn down AEW, obviously,
sure.
But definitely WWE. I want to be in the Performance Center. I want to be trained by Shawn Michaels. That's the GOAT. That's where you want to be, you know? So, and then you get to live in Orlando. Like, yeah, that'd be my spot for sure.
Oh yeah, anywhere warm. I'm just tired of the snow, guys.
Down in Tampa this past weekend, I had a blast. I was down at a Gabe Sapolsky seminar and did a show down there. And I had no clue Tampa had like a bar scene, nightlife down there. My boy lives down there. We went to the clubs after the show. It was crazy.
It's funny because like you couldn't have brought any of that heat back here.
Exactly.
What kind of what do you what Allentown? Where's PPW? Broadheadsville?
Yes.
What kind of clubs, what kind of things they got down in Broadheadsville? That's what I want to know.
Clubs? I don't know. I go to Jersey for clubs, dude.
Bars, dive bars, restaurants. Karaoke night? Like, what do you guys got down there?
Again, no, I go to Jersey for all my drinking stuff.
I'm a baby, so I can't do any of that stuff yet.
Okay.
Yeah, our birthdays are coming up. I'm over here like, man, I'm turning 27. She's like, oh, I'm turning 16. I'm like, I just feel old.
Oh, wow.
It's a little bit of an age gap, but it's fine.
Just a little one.
A little bit. Only like 2 years. We'll just say it's 2 years.
It's fine. People thought that was your age on Sunday anyway, so it's fine.
But no, what are some like promotions you currently work for?
So MCW in Maryland and CZW in Jersey, those are my two main ones. I got a couple that I'm working on. Sometimes I work at WDWA. It's a small one in West Virginia. They usually have a decent crowd there, kind of a smaller venue. But I'm like booked on every show at MCW and CZW, and that fills up pretty much 3 out of 4 weekends throughout the month. So then that other extra weekend, I'll either be downtown Baltimore partying, or I'll be traveling to PA, West Virginia, or Virginia looking for something. So that's kind of where I'm at this year. I'll be doing a lot of traveling this year.
Very motivated, which is like something that we love to see in wrestlers, especially because it's like he's like, no, I'm gonna go find something. I'm gonna go find a wrestling match to be a part of. Like, yeah.
Got to get out, got to branch out. I'm looking at the Massachusetts area. They got a lot of good shows up there that I'm trying to be on. I went to a Beyond show a couple months ago, and that crowd's nuts. It was like a Thursday night. So that's definitely somewhere I'm trying to be.
Harley and I are like a Thursday night. Like I've never heard of a wrestling event on a Thursday.
Shows every Thursday, and it's all college kids there because they let people drink for free because they got a bar downstairs. But they got the wrestling arena is upstairs from the bar and restaurant, and they have a mini bar upstairs, but they don't ID you upstairs. They just assume you're 21. So it's all like 18, 19, 20-year-old kids that are in college in the area, and they just show up to the shows and get hammered. It's like pretty wild atmosphere. It's pretty cool.
Hey.
I could not. You know where he would be a good fit? UCW. We need to be on that.
Where exactly is that? I've seen a couple shows in Lancaster.
So UCW is in Hazleton, which is not that far from Broadheadsville.
Okay.
We just had a show on Sunday. Me and Harley kind of helped out there doing like after match interviews, like live, first of all. So we had a microphone and everything, and her and I were like, oh, we're doing them in front of everybody?
What?
Oh. Okay, so like,
no,
yeah, like as soon as like the match was done, like we would go out with our microphone and be like, "Hey, Skylar, congratulations on winning like the #1 contender spot for Undeclared." See, now I can remember my lines.
Yeah,
Undeclared how are you feeling right now? And then he would say how he's feeling. And then like, it was just a lot. It was a lot of like this. It was very chaotic.
Probably moving fast for you, yeah.
But it was good. It was a great experience. I mean, but like we were just talking before you joined about how like we miss being like a fan. We want to go to a wrestling show now just to be a fan of it and just sit there and relax.
Yeah.
Not to work.
They got you guys working up there, UCW?
Yeah.
Yeah, our first show was Sunday. Yeah, it was pretty.
It was an adventure.
Yeah, but they kind of approached us very like early on in our podcast. And Harley's like, I don't care if you're gonna say no or not, we're doing this. And I was like, oh, okay. And then when the time was coming, her and I were very like nervous.
Sure, yeah.
But it was great. A lot of the wrestlers were very welcoming and like saying like, you guys are doing a great job. Like, so was it fun? Yeah, but like now I just want to go be a fan. Like,
Yeah.
I just want to start screaming at the wrestlers.
Who works there, UCW? Like, what wrestlers are there?
Oh God.
We got Mr. Clean.
Mr. Clean.
Tyler.
Joey Martinez.
The Marcuso brothers.
Yes.
Oh,
There's a lot. Oh my gosh. There was Kale Connors, TJ Epic, CX. Their tag team is CXR. Edge of Hope. Like there was like so many. Aaron Roxas, Skylar Kincaid. There's a lot, and I was just like, it was like the Smash Wrestling mixed with PPW mixed with a whole different kind of like New York setting of wrestlers, and I was like, this is a lot of testosterone back here. It was.
no, that's true.
Like we were in the back, and I was like, Harley, this is a lot of testosterone.
It was because it was only me, her, and like this other like female manager. So there was only 3 females in the whole room. I was like, oh my God.
Yeah, it's definitely. I'm sure it's a little dating at first.
Especially because like we're small.
Behind the curtain now, different.
Oh yeah, like it was a great time. It was a very good crowd for a Sunday for sure. I think the crowd was a little dead, like volume wise. But we made up for it. Like we were all the wrestlers in the back were like peeking behind the curtain, going, "Yeah, woohoo!" Like we were being the crowd. But overall, it was great. So I think that maybe one day we can see you on the roster there and be like, look who we brought with us.
Yeah, right.
Maybe. I don't know. The price is right. I don't know. I don't know anybody there. I like working places where I'm like, oh yeah, I like that guy. Oh, he could work, blah blah blah. But no, it's probably a cool show.
No, yeah. So do you have like a dream match that you wish to have at some point in your career or no?
Anywhere.
Yeah.
Anywhere.
I mean, it's funny. I actually I got one of the bookers for MCW. He does these what do you call them? He gets all these wrestlers together for signings, signs autographs and stuff. He does these conventions and he books people on MCW shows, usually outside talent. And he messages me on Twitter one day and he goes, "Hey, I'm booking the next few months for MCW. Who do you want to work?" And I was like, "Is this like fair game?" He was like, "Anybody you want, just name anybody and I'll see what I can do." I was like, okay. So I kind of maybe went a little too far and put some ridiculous names on there. But I put some normal names. At first, I put like Leo Rush, Jordan Oliver, Lucky Ali, Fred Yehi. And then I was like, I want Luigi Primo. I want Bad Bunny. I want Will Ospreay. And then I said someone else I can't remember. But I was like, he said anybody I want. Like maybe he can make this happen. So I was like, I want to wrestle Bad Bunny.
Yeah, right. Like he said,
wow.
That'd be crazy.
He said Luigi, and I was like, I could see that.
He was at PPW, right?
Yes.
Oh,
freaked me out with that stupid pizza thing. Yeah.
Oh, can't.
I love the man, but like he with the eyes. It was
He's another one.
He was very sweet. I think that you and Vinny should go against, is it called Milk Chocolate? Is that what their tag team's called?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's at CCW, Harley. These guys are like, I can't even. Like, they come out to the ring. They're like, how do I want to say this nicely? They're like the fuck boys. And they're the most, like, they're just weird in the ring. And I'm like, I could see you and Vinny, because, like, you guys had, like, this outrageous chemistry together.
Yeah.
And those two, like, going at it, I think that would be, like, a great match.
It'd be like the battle of the frats. That'd be like a
The battle of the frats. Yeah, for sure.
shit show.
Oh my god.
You know,
If that actually happens, I gotta come to this match. I
We're
gotta
gonna
come.
them in a month or 2 months, I think. At
Yeah.
CW. It's me, Vinny, versus Milk Chocolate, versus the Rep, versus CMD in a 4-way ladder match.
Oh
That's-
no.
Havity Grace, Maryland. That's gonna be fucking wild.
Yo, I'm telling you, we gotta make the trip down to Maryland one day, Harley.
Havity Grace is where you want to go. It's like a state theater, and it's loud as hell in there. They serve drinks, and people are crazy. It's the same fans all the time, and they're nuts. They're crazy. They're loud. They're really engaged. They have like dry erase boards where they're like making their own signs live during the show. They're throwing streamers in the ring. Like it's a good time.
That is so smart. Why didn't I think of dry erase boards?
Yeah.
Instead of having like I had 30 posters. Why didn't I just why
Go Mike, and then if he's like not doing well, you could easily like erase it.
exactly.
That's it.
That for me.
Yeah. I wouldn't. I don't think I've ever like booed you. I think I was just like, I don't, because in the tournament, the Royal Rumble, I was sitting there going like, you got out so fast. It's like I didn't even get a chance to be like.
I was like, I got plans tonight. I'm getting the hell out of here. And nah, I was in there a little bit, not long, maybe like a few minutes, something.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I think Danny Moe picked me up and gave me like a cutter or some shit.
That's one wrestler that me and her sat there for this Rumble and was like, if she wins this thing,
I swear to God.
I swear to God. We love her, but it's like we wanted one of the guys to win, which they did. But like, it's just like, damn.
She won? Danny Moe won that Rumble?
No. It was like a tie between like Griffin, Rembrandt.
I remember that.
Oh, there's another. Chris
Yeah,
Slade, I think.
Chris Slade, and they were going against those three were going against for Andy Header for his title, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Fatal 4-way, yeah.
I can't remember any of these matches. Like it's very few that I'm like, okay, I can sit here and remember all of it. But like, why not? So where would you see yourself in the next like 5 years wrestling wise?
5 years, that's a long time. I think
know.
I'm like a firm believer in a lot can happen in a year. And looking where I was a year ago to where I am now, like nobody, at least nobody in Maryland kind of saw this coming. Like I was a nobody. I wasn't even on the show. I pretty much got a spot because I was wrestling on CZW and I was doing well over there. I was getting over and I was getting like a little bit of buzz. And I think MCW saw that and they're kind of like, oh, I guess he can work. Hey, we actually got a spot for you on the show. Okay, cool. Did the spot, did okay. Had a match with Action Andretti. We had match of the night. We've been training together for years, so knew we would kill that. And then they gave me another chance. I got to face Ken Dixon and Havity Grace, which is where all the CZW shows are, which was MCW's rival. Like these promotions do not get along, but I work for both, and I'm in pretty big roles in both too. And I had been doing shows in Havity Grace for the past few months, and I was over with the Havity Grace crowd. So when I came out in the main event, MCW against Ken Dixon as a heel, and the crowd like erupted. And I remember the MCW owner and the higher, they were like, what the fuck is going on? They were so confused. They were so like, what is this? Like I was cheating the whole match. I was choking them on the ropes. Crowd was losing their shit. We had like a killer match. Ken's a beast. He's like real intense in the ring. I like facing guys like that. But yeah, ever since then, they were like, okay, he can kind of go. So then I started doing the indie guys. Anytime they had a name come in, they would put him in with me. Face Khan, Trey Miguel, Flip Gordon, bunch of guys. So past year, I've like raised my stock a ton. Now it's up to me to kind of get out and get on other shows because now I got to travel a little bit, get my name out there.
For sure. No, but it's true. Like what you say about, you never know where you're going to be in a year, because I never thought that we were going to be at UCW in a year. You know what I mean? Like now, like if you would have said a year ago, like, oh yeah, you're going to be on UCW, I'll be like, no, I'm not. I don't even talk in front of people. Which is, it's crazy to me. And Harley and I were like saying this the other day. We're like, we didn't see ourselves doing this, like we're going to talk to wrestlers, interview them, see like where they were in life and like how they got to where they are.
Mm-hmm.
And so when this opportunity came, she's like, we are not giving this up. And I was like, cool, like, let's do it. And so now I think our goal is just to keep that up.
Yeah.
And if they keep wanting us back, we'll go.
Yeah.
But other than that, like, we don't really have plans.
What you want? That's why you got the podcast.
Yeah, exactly.
For sure. And like, I think with you, like the climbing up and just erupting, I can see you going a lot of places. However, with Action Andretti, if you ever go against him, I don't know if I can actually root for you.
You're the big double leg girl. I know that.
He already knows.
That's okay. I'm gonna hit him in the mouth. I'm gonna look right at you.
But I respect it. Like, I will expect nothing less. Because, like, I'm telling you, when I saw him in Philly, I had his shirt on, and I was sitting on the bleacher, and his opponent looked at me, saw my shirt, whacked him in the face, and looked right at me and said, "How's the Andretti now?" I'm like, yo.
Who was the opponent? Rayo?
No, yeah, Rayo.
Might have been Rayo, yeah.
I don't know, man. But like his whole tattoos were just like freaking melting on Andretti that day. It was bad. It was so bad. I was like, this is crazy. I can't. But he smacked me. He's like, how's your Andretti now? Okay.
The freaking guy was just on TV like 20 minutes ago.
I know. And that's the thing. Like when I messaged him, because like we have been in contact about coming onto the podcast because my birthday is the 9th. So I was like, it'd be a nice birthday gift, buddy, if you just come on, And he has a show that day. But it was just seeing the way that he climbed up so fast. I'm sitting here going like, now me and Harley are looking at like who else from PPW is going to do that. Like, Bro Keller. I can see Bro Keller going a lot of places.
He'll be at CZW a couple weeks, yeah.
I know, because he's like, you should come. And I was like, I don't know.
CZW's awesome.
Yeah, but like it's in, where is it again?
Grace, it's probably a little far for you.
It is. See, when it was in Philly, it was okay. I was like, all right, I'll come and see the outdoor show. Wish it wasn't in the hottest month of the year, but
shit. And that beer did not help at all. Oh my God. And for the start of the match, like milk chocolate like blasted us and the beer got in my fucking eyes. And we're like,
I saw that.
Away, like whip reverse, duck, hit. It's like, Jesus, that shit was.
I thought that was just part of it. I was like, okay, cool. But no, like I remember seeing you and like waving at you from afar, but you didn't recognize who I was. And you're like, I was like, okay, that's fine.
Yeah, I don't know if I remember seeing you there at the Philly show. I don't know.
I don't know. I was kind of standing because like I was in the beer garden area by the stage, and I was just like chilling. And then all of a sudden, yeah. Sorry, she's like my co-host just texted me. She's like, my computer keeps freezing. Do you think you can finish it? I'm like, yeah, I can do this. I've got this.
Oh, good.
But it's like it was so hot that day, and I remember like all the wrestlers, as soon as you guys got done, you guys would immediately head over to get a drink. And I'm just like, I feel that. Like it was really bad that day.
Quench our thirst, hydrate ourselves, right?
And I'm not one to like fully just go up to a wrestler and be like, hey, like how you doing? Like, so like that's why I was like kind of sitting there, and if I saw someone I knew, like Vinny.
No, you should. You know people.
I do. Like I knew Griffin.
Mm-hmm.
Like I knew Griffin. Andretti's the one who told me about the one in Philly. And I was like, I got you. Like I can do this. And first of all, driving in Philly is not
it's a nightmare.
It really is, especially around the oval. And then trying to find parking. I was like, all right. And then when I finally got there, Andretti messaged me. He's like, I see you. I was like, you kind of can't miss me. I'm wearing your shirt. So,
Yeah.
and then he was like, does anybody else know you're here? I'm like, I don't really know if I knew anybody else. And then you guys came out. Because you also tag teamed with Zakar, or you worked with Zakar before.
Him at PPW a long time. Me and him were like backstage trying to get on the show, do whatever we can. We had a really good match with Brando Lee and this guy Mantis. We killed it. Like, the crowd was hot. And we had like a pretty basic match, but we put that whole thing together. Like, we and those guys were awesome to work with. Like, Brando Lee, that's my guy. He's good as shit.
I think he's gonna go places for sure.
Yeah, he was on the AEW recently. But yeah,
we had him on here too.
What's up?
We had him on here.
Oh, cool, nice, yeah.
We're trying to get people before they like reach like
got to
AEW level.
He's gonna be a little bit of a cost.
I know.
Show day 5-10 minutes.
Well, it's bad enough that like when PPW got canceled in January, I was planning on going. I took the day off and everything because like I work at a nursing home, so like getting off for these shows is really hard. So I was like, okay, PPW is this day. Like, let me take off. And he messaged me when it got canceled. He's like, another month without seeing Sabby, and I'm like, no one ever calls me Sabby. So now like that's why my name's Sabby on here because like ever since then he's like Sabby, and I'm like,
he gave you that nickname.
He did give me the nickname, and I was just like,
nice.
What a kind soul. Now I know you sell merch, but if people want your merch, where can they go get it?
Okay, so I haven't set anything online up yet. I probably need to, but like, to be honest, my shirts fucking move at the shows. I set up the merch table at Hellfire McGuire. I'll sell like 6 to 7 shirts a night. My phone is actually on the t-shirt box stand right now. I have like 5 shirts left. I've sold over 60, 70 shirts so far.
I'm waiting for my shirt. I've been wanting one of your shirts for so long. And it's like every time I come to a show, like at the Philly show, there was no setups for any kind of the t-shirts.
It's set up merch. I don't even know if I brought my shirts to that show. No, but I got you next show. I got you.
And if you don't, you're gonna hear about it.
Okay.
I'll be like,
hey.
I'll be like, Mike, do you remember when you said on a podcast?
Me, I'm not an easy guy to catch. I'm on the move. I'm on the go.
You're really not like, but that's the same thing. Like at PPW, especially, like I'm constantly like, going. But what are some of your upcoming shows? We'll end it there.
Okay, so I actually have 3 shows in a row. Not this weekend, but the next. February 3rd, I got MCW and Joppa. I'm in a tag match with my manager. I'm facing Khan and Moses. And then Saturday, I'm in Hollywood, Maryland, Southern Maryland for MCW. I'm defending my title against Moses. And then Sunday is CZW. I'm in a fatal 4-way match, and my tag partner is handcuffed to the corner. All the tag partners are handcuffed to all 4 corners of the ring. So I have no clue what the match is gonna be. Probably a shit show. Probably physical as fuck. It's gonna get a little testy in there. I know that. It's gonna get a little wild.
I cannot wait to see some videos of this.
Yeah, you will. It's gonna get pretty wild. So those are the 3 big shows I have coming up. Then after that, I believe I'm going to West Virginia in a few weeks. Not sure yet, but I also got some other CCW, MCW shows starting March. But that's what I got right now.
All right, guys, you guys heard it here. Again, thank you just so much for coming on our little podcast just for a little bit.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see where your wrestling career takes you. I will be following you because if you go to AEW or WWE, I obviously have to support. Yeah. Make sure you go in. Oh, we forgot one thing. Where can they find you on social media?
Social media. So Instagram is my main thing. You can find me at Miami_Mike_Walker. And then Twitter. I gotta get on Twitter more. I'm barely on Twitter. I'm on Instagram like every day, all day. Twitter is Mike_Walker_30.
Okay, guys. Well, our guest just, I think his internet went, but make sure that you chime in tomorrow because we have primetime heat. So thank you guys and have a great day. Bye.